What's up? What's up? What's up? Your boy Savage. Your boy Sav Cisneros. Sorry beforehand, man. I just got out the gym, bro. So, anyways, I want to give a shout out to the LA Rams, Super Bowl champions, their franchise, their real fans, not the bandwagons, because that's what I'm hearing. There's a lot of bandwagons, but it comes with the territory. When you win a championship, you gain a lot of fans, and that's what's going on with the Rams. But shout out to the real fans, man. Shout out to Von Miller, my dude, bro. Two-time Super Bowl champion with two different teams. LA Rams, man. They got Von Miller, and that was a very good piece for them. Because last night, Von Miller actually made history with the most sacks, or he tied for the most sacks. I read it. So the LA Rams actually, they utilize him in the right way. Von Miller goes over there and beats Von Miller. Miller time. And he was teeing off on that defensive line all night. So now he can come home, man, retire a Bronco. Like he said, my heart's with the blue and orange. Even before the Super Bowl, he was thinking about Broncos country. But we're not going to talk about that. This is what we're going to talk about. So if you ain't heard about what's been going on, and probably most of my viewers haven't, well, there's a situation with this dude named CMAC, right? And when I first initially heard about this situation, I honestly wasn't even going to make a video on it because I don't like to really talk about politicking outside of my city, my state, my backyard. And I remember when I first heard about this situation, 2 days before that, me and the homie AZ, and I'm going to drop his link in the description. He does Prison Talk. He got a good channel. Go sub him up. We were talking about this dude named CMAC, right? And we were talking about YouTubers and different people that, we all have connections to. And the homie AZ, he has connections to a lot of prison channels. He's embedded in that. He got his foot tapped in. And we started talking about this dude named CMAC. And if you don't know who CMAC is this individual. And when I first seen CMAC, I thought he was actually funny. I didn't really believe it at first, but he got famous for being the 5'5" Crip. You find me? Eating Popeye's chicken and drinking 40s. And I honestly thought he was just a troll at first. But then I started really analyzing 5'5" Crip. And I honestly started seeing different things that made me understand CMAC actually was 100% about that 5'5". And I said, this dude, he's a real one because different things. He handled his business on many different situations. I seen him actually in his community go feed the community off of money he made, go feed the homeless. Off of the bread that was sent in from him, he's giving back to his community. He's giving food. He's doing things that a lot of people don't do. And I said, he got a good heart, and just his presentation. So, if you don't know, CMAC got Hoover Killer, his enemy, on his forehead. And you don't just do that if you're just a civilian, if you're just a regular person. You don't even really do that if you're just a gang member. You do that when you're a gang banger. And if you don't know the difference, there's not even a reasoning to try to understand that aspect. But he's fully activated. He got Hoover Killer tatted on his head where you can see it. In his area, that will put a target on your back. Folks will try to kill you for that. That's just like when you get your enemy whacked out. CKs and BKs and PKs, and you got stuff whacked out. You want problems. That's what he's saying. He wants all the smoke. He will never get a job with that on his face. When he goes to the county, he's taking fades after fades after fades for that tattoo. So he's really living that life. And off the simple fact is, I said, oh yeah, this fool's really, he's really activated. He's really about all them activities. So there was a respect issue just off the simple fact is he's a writer for his. He does his thing. Yeah, sometimes he's extra with his talk. Five me, you know what I'm saying? He says that all the time. You five me? 5 crib. He's just funny, bro. He's crazy. So anyways, man, like I said, I wasn't even going to talk about it because it's not my place to talk about it. It's not my politics. And AZ asked me I should do it. And at first I was like thinking to myself, nah, I ain't going to talk about it. But then over the week and a half, because I'm kind of late to the topic, I started seeing vloggers and I started seeing everybody do this about CMAC. I started seeing Charleston White. And if you don't know who Charleston White is, Charleston White, he got victimized by gangbanging when he was younger. That's what I care. That's what I actually get from him. He must have went through a critical situation. He wanted to be a gangbanger, he said, when he was young. He actually was trying to gangbang, but he must have been victimized. And now he got this super bad taste for gangbangers, and he disrespects gangbanging. He disrespects full active neighborhoods. Like, he's not even in California to do that, but he's disrespecting and calling hoods outside of his neck, just, coming out the side of his neck on some disrespectful stuff. Don't get me wrong, he does sometimes say some true things about the gang culture being destructive. But I think his hate comes from he was victimized, or he went through a situation where, it messed him up. It traumatized him with gangs. So now, he's everything that has something to do with gangs, he's always disrespecting. He made videos. And I was listening to this dude like, bruh, you are so lost and so in the dark when it comes to gang culture. And then, just seeing all these vlogs, man, I there was a comment, and it was on one of my videos, and the homie Evil Dork, he was like, you should do a reaction to the CMAC situation. So I started thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? And I started seeing random people in the comment section on some of their videos too, talking about stuff they don't really know about, trying to put their foot in shoes of gang culture when they don't understand it, and they will never understand it. It's not their place to try to understand it. So quit trying to understand it. If you don't live that life, it's not something you can actually relate to. You can't fathom that, bro, because that's not anything that you're a part of. So it's like basically talking about Bitcoin, crypto, and trying to give some input to people that are a part of that life. It just sounds stupid. It sounds retarded. It's just opinions. It's just opinions. So that's what it is, man. So this is what happened, and I'm only gonna speak on it a little bit. CMAC, the 5'5" homie, when he was younger, right? He went to Texas, and he dibbled and dabbled in some stuff in Texas. He met up with some older dudes basically out there, and pretty much, he got around these dudes, and as a youngster, adolescent, he got embedded with some people that pretty much didn't have the best interest for him. He started representing this gang culture. He started saying he was a wrong 60. This is when he was young, and we all made mistakes when we're young. But that's why I tell people, as young, you gotta like kind of tee in on what you're doing, because every action has a domino effect. And another thing, when he was even younger than that, a lot of youngsters nowadays, bro, they do this trolling thing, right? And he started saying he was a part of different gangs, and he started, really saying that he was a part of different gangs. And basically, he didn't understand that it was going to have a domino effect to when he got older. And that's exactly what happened, man. He put that out on social media, but I see it with kids all the time. They put stuff on social media, from Facebook to this, to even the gaming communities, bro. I be hearing kids say the darndest things. So when he got older and he went back to the land and where he's originally from, he went to his neighborhood, and pretty much his neighborhood drawed him in because he had ties to a gang called the Wrong 50s. And basically the Wrong 50s and Wrong 60s are pretty much family, but what he messed up and did was he really was representing Wrong 60 in Texas. So You know, he didn't think that. I don't think homie really honestly thought it was gonna get out to the public and get back to the land, but it did. You know, and even as a full grown gangbanger that's been actually bona fide and actually put on and official, it came back, and he had to answer to what he did as a young kid. But there's always consequences to your action. It don't matter. That's why you have to think about what you do. So basically, they called a violation a DP. And if you don't know what a DP is, that's being disciplined. But it's a very critical situation. I see people in the comment section crying about that. Like, that's not right for his homies to do that. But CMAC ain't looking at it like that, bro. He knows what he signed up for. He knows what comes with that lifestyle. And them DPs are very critical. It's a teaching mechanism. You need them DPs, because if you don't have consequences, you'll never learn. And he had to go through that. But one thing I can say about CMAC is that he went to the DP in the violation like a man, and he handled his business. And that's honorable. He earned respect. But it was just funny to see people that really don't know about any of that, what they're talking, try to put their opinions on it. Stop trying to figure stuff out and seeing something and then giving your opinion when you don't walk them shoes. You'll never understand it. It's not for you to understand. It's not for you to understand. He's good. He's living another day. It didn't break his spirit. You know what I'm saying? He's back to what he does. He's back to that lifestyle he loves. And that's what it is. Like, you know, that's all I could say, bro. Like, think about what you do, though, man. To fools that watch this, think about what you do, because it will catch up to you. You know? You can't run from that stuff, man. It follows you. And that's what happened to him. You know, yes, he was an adolescent. He was a kid. But in that lifestyle, them fools are really taking that seriously, bro. In that lifestyle, you got to understand, people die for that lifestyle. People are doing life sentences for that lifestyle. So they take it 100% seriously. That's a real situation. You can't get away from that, man. It's not for play. So that's what it is. Your boy Savage. Let's get it. Yes, sir.